I finally found the original artist who created the sci-fi retro computer. And there it is. All right, so here's his ArtStation page, and just like I did with Jack Perry, who worked on some of the original models for Alien Isolation, and like I did with Max Marharet, who created that plant incubator, and I wrote both of those guys, and they gave me their permission to model their stuff and came along and supported me in my modeling here on the YouTube channel. I've written to this gentleman. He hasn't responded yet, but hopefully he will see what I do with his model. I mean, look at this amazing stuff. So go on over to his ArtStation page and show him some support if you would. And let's get back to modeling. So here's where we left off, and we're going to launch right into this by mucking around with this part right here. So I'm going to select both of those and isolate them and look from the front. And let's go into wireframe and see what we're going to do. I am going to make these. Now, normally you probably would just do a texture for this, or yeah, you know, do it in Substance Painter or something. But I decided I think I'm going to do it in geometry. All right, so let's think about doing that. And we're going to do some pretty destructive booleans, but it should work out okay, I hope. So I'm just going to set my 3D cursor there. Shift A, mesh plane, scale it down, rotate X90, scale it in the X, and position this thing. I'm going to pull that edge there and that edge there. Select it, number 1 for vertex selection. Shift Control B and pull to round this. I'm going to roll my mouse up like that. Do something like that. There's my piece there. Pull it out and then extrude it back. Go back into solid view. And I'm going to Alt N, recalculate outside in case I pulled it the wrong way. Alright, I'm going to pull it into the body of this right there. Something like that. Let's look from the front in wireframe again. And with that selected, put on an array. And I'm going to pull this out to about there. Start increasing the count. And then adjusting this so that it kind of looks right. Something like that's probably okay. Alright, let's go ahead. Let's select this piece right here. Add a boolean and move it to the top. I'm going to select these and apply and delete them. And we have that. Alright, now we will have some issues here, so let's put on a weighted normal and auto smooth. And I think I will bring everything back and have a look at this. And what I'm going to end up doing is beveling this by hand here. So I'm going to select that edge and this edge, this one and this one, and Control B, pull, and I'm going to do something like that. And then I'm going to come out to here. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm actually going to turn off cavity for the moment. You should be able to see this a little bit better. So I'm holding down Shift and Alt and I'm clicking all the way around here. And Control B and pull. I'll leave the same number of segments for that. And then we're going to come in here. Let's make sure that my bevel's on. Yeah, it is. And I may come in here beveling as well. I'm going to turn off the bevel for the moment so I can see what I'm doing. This edge. And this edge, I'll turn the bevel back on. Control B, just a little bit of rounding like that. And then I may go around here as well. Go. See how this turns out. I don't have a lot of room here before I start getting some crossing over. Yeah, see, I got some crossing over right there, so I may not be able to do much. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I may come back in here and push these further back in. Come on. I've got my values turned up pretty high here. Alright. And that's what we get so far. Alright, so pretty destructive, but if you were gonna texture in Blender, just procedurally, that would not be a problem at all. You can run into problems when you do UVing, but we'll see. Alright, that's what I got, and that's what I've done. Alright, let's come back to here. Turn that off. Maybe I'll turn that off for now. Okay, so I want to work on this stuff here. So let me think about this. Let's take that and hide that and just look at this piece here. Wireframe. So this is not going to be exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. Let's try Shift Control B. Let's try E and S. Straight back a little bit. I think I'll get rid of that for the moment. Alright, let's see. So we got that. I think I will throw down an edge loop there and there. It's going to come out and it's going to come down. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw an edge loop down there. And I'm going to straighten these SZ0 and this one, SZ0. select both of them. I'm going to put this one quite far down to there. And then the other one should be straight, I think, those two. Take both of those and pull them down here. And I think I need to pull these down a little bit as well. I don't know if that's the right distance, but what I'm going to do is select all this stuff here. And just pull it forward. And then this bottom edge loop prevents that from interfering down there. Maybe I can pull these down. Not much. That's kind of what I'm going to be going for. That right there. Okay. I can smooth, I can round those out later if I want to. What if I just do that? What if I grab this and okay, doesn't seem to like that. Maybe what I'll do actually is let's delete those faces for the moment. I think we'll be better off if I do that. Wasn't liking that. Pull it to about there, and then maybe grab this stuff here. It in like that. So I've got a section where I can do that piece. Grab that edge. And let's try just extruding it back. And scaling it in like that. Yeah, okay, I'll do something like that. And then let's E and S again. Come back one more time. Maybe I want that. Yeah. Let's try angle now on that. So it ends up being one piece. Not sure that I wanted it as one piece. And by the way, it is a little bit too deep. So that's okay. I've still got that stuff. So I'm going to do Control Plus a few times. And come out to there. And I'm just going to pull it closer to the front. Like that. Yeah, whatever. It's our design. It might look okay. Back, so I got that space there. All right, well, let's see. I could go with that. Now, let's just look at the positioning and then that thing. Modify, scale Z 0. Scale Z 0. I get one in here. It goes all the way around. So what I think I might do So I might just do this with the knife tool. Let's do it and see how it works. Take that, press C to constrain it to make it go straight. Let's see if that ruins my topology. It does a little bit down there. Let's try putting that through first and then see. So let's extrude that in. And we don't yet have the weighted normal on there or auto smooth. And we get that. Come back a little further. And I can try in here in the bevel, I can try geometry arc, and it curves that a little bit. And I think from a bit of a distance, that's going to look just fine. Let's see what we can do here. Let's save that. Let's take this guy here, Shift D. Let's do a little bit of work on him. Him or her. I don't know if it's a him or if it's a her. I'm going to throw that in here. Let's look at wireframe. Press the period key to focus on that. GY. Focus on that. GY and play around with this thing here. So these RCA kind of inputs. I'm going to select these faces. Control plus a couple of times. I just want the basic circle. Let's even come out to there and delete those faces. I'll turn off the subdivision for now. And let's see. Let's just do it like this. Let's just scale that in. Come back. Bring an edge loop up here. Probably could just leave it like that, really. Maybe even try getting rid of one of those edges. No, I'm going to need it. Well, I'm going to actually bring it out and just not have it so sharp. You know, that's all I would probably really need there. So, I think I'll just copy it down a couple of times. So those are there. I'm looking at that in the background. And what I'll do is set the origin of geometry, bring my 3D cursor there. Shift D, just bring it up anywhere, and then set the origin of 3D cursor and set that geometry to origin, and I get it up there. It's not exactly how I want it, but it's close. Let's make it smaller. And GY until we have contact, and that is going to be just fine. I don't have any collection instances right now. Everything's all over the place. Let's just bring that back though there, and bring that surface back, and we're going to have to adjust this so that it fits with this, which is going to be fine, I hope. I could start working on that right now by selecting. No, I'm not going to do it yet, because what we're going to do is I'm going to pull that forward. I may lengthen all this out, so I'm not going to worry about that right this minute. So let's grab these edges now. and Control B and pull them. Okay, no, that's not what I want to do yet. I am going to match the shape of this a little bit more before I do that. If I do it to there, is that good enough? That is the question. Let's try this. Control B. Let's see if I can do that. It's close. Okay, I'll set this to angle. I'll go ahead and throw in the usual stuff, the usual suspects, and we'll just work on this. Yeah, you know, it's not perfect, but you know, hopefully it's good enough to match up and look like it's supposed to be there. And I still have a face on there. I'll leave it there for now. No, I won't. I don't think I will. I think I will. No, that's not what I want. Well, let's see. I'm going to pull it back. It's still a little ways. Because we're going to do some work on here. And really all I want is I do want a plane, and so, you know what, I might, no, I won't take you. I want an actual plane. Alright, okay, here we go. So, let's just select something. Shift S cursor to selected. Is that in the middle? Why does that not seem like it's in the middle of this piece? Let's take that. There you go, that's better. Okay. Let's bring in a plane. Rotate X90. I'm going to scale this. Now this part can be a little tricky, so I'm going to hide that. And yeah, I may have to fudge around with this a little bit. I'm going to put some of that there, so it's kind of square, and then I'll go ahead and I'll subdivide a few times like that. Let's make the screen that's the center point there. Let's just try with proportional editing just to make it big enough. Pull it. What's going on here? Hide that. That's you. Okay. So on this guy, I am actually going to delete that face. And then I'm going to select here, E and S, and just, not that, turn that off. Pull it in a little bit so that I have a little bit of a bend there. Bring that back. Bring you forward. And I can adjust all that in a bit. That is what I'm getting so far. It's okay. these and round these off. I'm just debating if I grab these, how much that will affect that. Do I really want that going through there? I'm just gonna play around for a second here. No, I don't feel like doing that right now. And come back to that if it bothers me. I think that's a good start, though. Actually, what we should do is just, yeah, okay. Flip that. So I'll look at it like that. So if that's a bit stark on your eyes there. But that's what I'm getting, you know, with the cutaways and with the monitor and without the keyboard yet. Alright, cool. Well, I'm liking it so far. I hope you are. And we'll continue in the next part.